This setup cost me about 150 bucks, and in this video I will show you how to set up an affordable civilian systems for your home and what you need for it. The video is compact as it covers the basics rather than providing a typical tutorial explaining every installation step. It serves merely as a guide for those interested in setting up a local civilian system. To operate such a system, you essentially need only a host PC, the software, at least one camera, and a client to access the host. For the hardware, I chose an ultra-compact HP computer, the HP 260G3DM business model. It was not only incredibly cheap, but also highly energy efficient. It features an NVMe slot, an M.2 slot for Wi-Fi, and a 2.5 SATA slot for hard drives. It has an Intel i5 7200U with 2 cores and 4 threads, and an Intel HD Graphics 630 GPU, and don't forget 8 GB of DDR4 RAM. To use an AI-powered civilian system, it's important to know that processing video footage requires a lot of power and energy. This is crucial since the system will run 24/7. It's helpful to use an hardware accelerator, such as one from Google or NVIDIA graphics card. I opted the Google Coral in the NVMe variant primarily because it's the cheapest and most computers nowadays have an NVMe interface. You could also use the USB-C version, but it costs almost 3 times as much. However, there's an important point to consider. Currently, the drivers for the USB-C version are available on the device itself. It means if you want to use the stick on your TrueNAS server or Proxmox via an LXC container, it's more convenient than using NVMe or M.2 versions. This is partly because drivers for these versions must be downloaded from Google's website and are available only for Windows and Linux. Many NAS operation systems like TrueNAS, Proxmox or OnRAID are based on FreeBSD, for which these are not drivers yet. Maybe some of you can help me with this problem. Let me know it in the comments. To keep the video compact and focused on essentials like system stability, purchase costs and running costs, or energy efficiency, I have written a detailed installation guide for you. The link is in the video description. For installing Frigate, check out other YouTube tutorials that explain each step in detail. However, I will briefly outline the process and the logic of the installation from a beginner's perspective, since I'm one too. Okay, what you need? Firstly, a host. In my case, the HP Thin Client. You can use older machines, but beware of the higher power consumptions. For example, I tested the system on a motherboard with the 4th Gen i3 and couldn't get the consumption below 45 or 43 watts, which is costly over a year of continuous use. A bootstick with Ubuntu or Ubuntu Server, Proxmox, or another alternative of your choice. The choice of the operating system depends on the hardware accelerator you want to use. Personally, I found the USB-C variant too expensive and preferred having everything in one case. For both Linux and Windows, you need to install the Docker engine using a command. Then create a YAML file to initiate the initial settings for the Frigate's installation. And don't worry, I have linked the guide below. But if you use Proxmox, Home Assistant, TrueNAS or OnRAID, you might need a different tutorial, as covering them all would make this video much too long. Each OS could have its own video. After installing Frigate, find your host's IP address and enter it into your browser along with the port 5000 to access the Frigate's interface. After you set up everything correctly, you need to integrate your cameras into the system. To add a camera in Frigate, surveillance cameras with an ONVIF interface or a camera with an RTSP stream are usually suitable. I chose Wansview cameras, available on Amazon for about 25 euros. They offer stable Wi-Fi connection, good image quality and easy integration via the app, along with ONVIF and RTSP. You can also use other cameras that work locally on your network, but you might need to research how to find the RTSP or ONVIF link. The website iSpy can help you with this. Simply search for the manufacturer and the model, enter the device IP and login details if needed, and you will get the correct link to add to your camera stream configuration file. You can easily configure this via the browser in JSON. Start by creating a camera with a name and adding the stream link. You can add multiple cameras this way. Next, instruct the host system to use the hardware accelerator for motion and object detection. Frigate's documentation is really helpful and provides the correct designation if you use an NVIDIA GPU. Check it out for more details. Important point: costs. I paid 50 euros on Facebook marketplaces for the HP computer. The Coral Stick or the Coral NVMe chip took me 39 euros. The 1TB SSD laying around approximately 55 euros, 2 cameras say 45 euros, and in total approximately around 189 euros. Take your time and set the system up calmly. The configuration requires thorough reading of the documentation, as each system is unique and needs specific settings. In the worst case, you might have to start over if you mess up your configuration. Before investing in such a system, consider if you are willing to spend many hours on it. For those who dislike customizing, a ready-made complete system might be better. I can recommend Wi-Fi or Anki. Before buying an expensive computer, see if you have an old PC to experiment with. If you like Frigate, you can always upgrade to a better PC to integrate it into your existing system like Home Assistant or Unraid. Remember, Frigate currently only works on a local network, so remote access to cameras requires a workaround like a VPN connection. Also, you might need add-ons like Python, pip or FFmpeg. The necessary comments are also linked in the documentation. That's all from me. I hope this video gave you a good insight into camera security systems. And thank you for watching. See you in the next video.